Hey everyone, this is Steve. Thank you, Life Group leaders, for watching this third video in this series. I've gotten the feedback from you guys, and most of you guys are saying thank you for shooting us videos instead of requiring another set of meetings. I know everybody's schedule is busy, and we've got a lot of things going on here at the church, and we're all swamped. So I'm hoping that this is really helpful, and it sounds like it has been, to be able to put this on video so that you guys can watch it on your own time, rewatch it if there's a question and that kind of thing. So this is video number 3. The first one is all about the foundational concepts of Financial Peace University, what we're doing and why we're doing it. The second video is sort of the process. It's kind of how it's going to all come together, the logistics and the process of everything. Very important video for you to watch. If you haven't already watched those first two, watch those first. There's links in your email today about that. And then watch this third video. This is the top 10 questions that you are asking about the Financial Peace University, and I think it'll be helpful to you. So assuming you've watched the first two, here we go with video number 3. Okay, so I lied. This is not really the top 10 questions. It's really the top 8 questions as you guys are asking them. I was thinking that we might have 10, but we really only have 8. I guess I did a great job explaining everything in the first 2 videos. So these are actually the top 8 questions that you guys are asking. And so here we go with question number 1. Question number 1, how will we help people with the $100 per family cost? That's a really good question, and we knew that was going to be the first one that we needed to answer. Remember, this is an expensive course. It's expensive to our people as a group and expensive to our people as individuals. And so we wanted to keep it as inexpensive as possible, so the church is going to absorb the group cost in our regular operating budget. But the $100 per family is something that Dave Ramsey's organization pretty much insists on. You got to have skin in the game. Your time investment will follow your money investment. We think that's a good policy. So we are going to require that everybody pay Dave Ramsey the $100 per person. So how do we deal with that? What if somebody doesn't have the $100? Okay, think about it. It's a 10-week class, and so it's about $10 per week. That's really the cost. And just about anybody can come up with $10 a week. They may not have $100 right now, but they can come up with $10 per week. So here's what we'll do. When a family or an individual registers for the class, they can register with cash or with a debit card, or they can write us a check. If they'll talk to us and let us know that that $100 is too steep for them right now, we will hold their check until the end of the 10 weeks. We will not deposit their check until the end of the 10 weeks. That will help them so they can save that $100, $10 a week toward the end of their class. Now, if a person gets to the end of the class and feels that they did not get the $100 worth out of it, they didn't feel like it was worth their investment, tell them to come talk to us and we will tear up their check. We'll eat the cost for them. But I really believe that everybody that goes through this will see a tenfold benefit from that $100 investment. They're going to be far better off at the end of the class than they were at the beginning of the class, even including that $100 investment. Everybody that I know that's gone through this in the past have said it's the best money they've ever spent. In fact, the people I know that's gone through it before, they're all signing up to do it again, and they're willing to pay again because it's that worth it. So we think that the strategy of holding the check and being willing to tear it up at the end if they don't get their money's worth out of it, we think that's the strategy that will work. The other thing is this: if we're going to hold their check, we're going to require them to attend all 10 weeks of the class. I think that's a simple basic requirement. If they don't attend all 10 weeks, we're going to have to deposit their money because we don't want to eat a cost that they did not invest themselves into. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So question number 1, we have a strategy for dealing with the $100 barrier. Question number 2, what are we going to do about dinner? Yeah, Danny Hall, I knew this was going to be an important question for you because we all got to eat, right? Yeah, it's an important one for me too. How are we going to do dinner? We figured we'd take the same approach as your life group. We don't want to pay a lot of money for everybody to have, lasagna and spaghetti every single week. That's going to get real expensive real fast. So we're going to take the approach your group takes. We figured we'd just have a potluck every week, and we'll make it easy. Each week of the 10 weeks, we'll theme it up for you. We'll give each week a theme. So one week it'll be Mexican night. Everybody brings something Mexican. The next week it'll be something that starts with the letter L. So everybody bring something that starts with the letter L, whatever that is. The next week it'll be something green. The next week it'll be Italian night, whatever it is. So we'll theme it up for you so that it's easy and everybody has an easy entry point on that. Good? All right. Question number 3. What's the schedule going to look like? This one's a little more complex. It's a good question. We got 3 groups that we're going to do. We're going to do them on Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I know originally I said Thursday, but I couldn't move band practice after all. We're doing some whole new things with the band. Can't move it. So Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Our weeknight groups will be from 6:30 to 8:30. 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30. That gives us a little time for fellowship and eating, and then get right into the class. You can eat a little bit while you're still doing the class, so we can kind of blend them together. We were gonna aim for 6 o'clock because it's a 2-hour thing, but in talking with our deacons, they all agreed that a lot of people would have difficulty getting here from work by 6 o'clock. So 6:30 to 8:30 on weeknights. Sunday night is different. We are seeing a great response from our groups that have a lot of children, small children, on Sundays. They want to do Sunday, but they need to get their kids home and get them to bed. So we'll do 5 to 7 on Sunday nights, and we're going to make sure that they can get home and get their kids into bed on time. Question number 4, what about childcare? Childcare is expensive. When we're not doing Sunday morning, we got to pay for the privilege of childcare here. We did a quick cost analysis, and to do childcare for all 3 nights for 2 childcare workers throughout the entire 10 weeks, it's going to be about an $1,100 or $1,200 cost. So here's what we're going to do. We're definitely going to provide childcare from the church's operating budget on Sunday nights, because we already know we're going to have groups with kids on Sundays. And then we're going to see how it falls together for Tuesday and Wednesday. So we're not going to promise childcare, but we're going to see what we can do. We're going to try to get everybody with kids into Sunday as much as possible. And then we may also open up childcare available on, let's say, Wednesday night. Wednesday's a good time because we also have our youth group meeting on Wednesday. So we may attract some families that have younger kids. Question number 5, is this open to people outside our church? Absolutely. Don't even ask me that question. Everything we do at the Orchard is open to everyone outside our group. Man, I really hope, in fact, that this is a huge deal for outsiders. We're going to roll this out in a big way on Easter Sunday, hopefully to a bunch of guests that you are inviting, and we're going to invite them to come and join in on this. I can't dream of a better thing to do than to create a 10-week-long environment where outsiders come and sit next to you and build relationships with you and your life group. I think the value of that is almost as powerful as the value of preparing for any future economic storm. So absolutely, please invite your neighbors, invite your co-workers, invite your classmates at school. Let's get the word out and let's bring in outsiders. Yes. Question number 6, how and when do we register for this class? That's a really good question. We're going to open up registration in 2 waves. The first wave will just be for life groups. So your group will need to sign up on that first wave. That will happen next week, okay? So it'll happen right after March the 13th. We're going to open up registration on our website, and each individual family will need to register on that site with their $100. Of course, as you know, they can come and register in person with a check and talk to us about that as well. But that'll be next week. We're going to open it up for life groups. And then after that, after we populate our nights with life groups, then we're going to open up registration wide to everybody. That's everybody in our church, not in life groups, and everybody outside of our church who might want to be part of this thing. It'll all happen online on our website, or you can also do so by coming to the guest services desk on Sundays and signing up there. Question number 7. What if the night we want is already full? Well, first of all, I hope that doesn't happen. We're going to be able to provide enough capacity, I think, for all life groups to come whenever they want to. At least that's my hope right now. But this is a first come, first serve, and we are doing it in the auditorium. We think we've got about 100-person capacity in there. We're going to try to fill about 60% of that with life groups and leave about 40-ish% remaining for outsiders and people who are in our church but not in life groups. So there is a cap, and it could fill up. My encouragement to you is to just get everybody signed up as quickly as possible when we open registration next week. Question number 8. What if some people in my group feel this doesn't apply to them, that they're past this stage of their life and they want to opt out? That's a good question. I wish you could have been in the room with us, with our elders. We were getting ready to leap headlong into a building program. Our church has experienced crazy, massive growth in a short amount of time, and we felt desperate to do something now, to act now, to build a building. So we were already making plans of how we were going to start asking people for money. And as we sat in that room together, we felt the powerful presence of God. It was almost like He put His hand on us and said, wait. And He gave us this vision of what may be coming down the road ahead of us, this calamity that may be coming, this economic storm that may be on our horizon. And God told us, as the shepherds of this flock, it is our responsibility to prepare God's people. We can't get past that verse in Proverbs 22 that says, the wise man, the prudent man, sees danger coming and takes refuge, and the simpleton goes on and suffers from it. We feel that this is not an option. This is not just some other class that we're offering, like my core beliefs class or Susan Farnham's systematic theology, where, if you want to come be part of it, you can, but no pressure, you don't have to. No. This is an identity issue. This isn't what we're doing. This is who we are becoming. We feel very compelled by the Holy Spirit that He's calling us to be this now. And so my question for people who want to opt out is simply this. If that financial crisis that may be coming, if it actually hits later this year or next year, will you be able to opt out of that? We just want to prepare you and help you be ready to handle the storm. I'm the pastor of a church. I know the gospel. I've preached it 1,000 times. I know that it says that I'm a sinner, I need to repent, and I need to let Christ live through me. But does that mean that I've grown past it? That it no longer applies to me anymore? I've read the book of Romans 100 times. It says to be transformed into His image, but does that mean that I don't need to read it anymore? I believe that those that want to opt out, boy, they will get something incredible out of it. Sure, they may be on a fixed income. Are you telling me that they've got complete control over every dime that they spend? I'll bet you anyone that goes through this course is going to be able to recover some money in their budget, is going to be able to save some more money, is going to be able to plan more effectively. And if nothing else, our folks need to lead our community by example. If our community sees that it's important enough for all of us to do this, then maybe they'll catch the idea that it's important for them. So leaders, I'm asking you to lead. I'm asking you to step a little out of your comfort zone and be bold. And when someone says, I think I'm going to opt out of this, say, this isn't an option. I'm begging you. I'm praying for you. We have strategies in place. We have situations in place so that the money's not going to be an issue. We will take care of you because we feel that God is calling you and us to be this. So that's the way I feel about it. That's the way our elders feel about it. That's the way our deacons feel about it. And I hope that you feel that way also. Those are our top 8 questions. If you have any other questions, I hope you'll email me or text me or give me a call and let's talk further because this is going to be a powerful thing that changes us forever. And I can't wait to see what God's going to do.